going to demonstrate how to tie a pattern that I came up with earlier this summer. I call it the Red-Headed Prince John. I'm using Firehole Sticks hooks in the number 315 in size 16. They're a competition hook, and they have a 2x wide gap, and they're good and sharp. And I'll start out by putting in some wraps of thread here to secure the bead. I'm using red ultra wire, or excuse me, red ultra thread in 70 denier. Trim off the excess. Now I'll tie in the body, which is red, or excuse me, black and silver ultra wire in size medium. And we'll start out by putting that in. I like to tuck it right behind the bead and then secure it all the way down the top of the hook. I like to go down to about there, well into the bend, and bring your thread back up. Make just a little bit of a taper on the upper part of it. There. And I like to bring the wire up so that it's right about the point of the hook. And I'll do a quick whip finish here just to hold the thread while I wrap the wire. I like to start the wire just under where I tie it in so that it's a little tighter on the bottom of the fly. And wrap your wire slowly up the hook, making sure that you're keeping your wraps even. It's real easy wrapping two different wires. You can overlap one of them too much and it'll ride up and make the fly uneven. Periodically check your backside of the fly. Make sure that your wire's doing what you want it to. Continue on up until you get to the point of the hook. Which I like to put it about right there. And then take your thread and secure the wire in. A couple wraps over it and wrap in kind of behind it there. A couple wraps over it. Now, I like to twist the ends off instead of clipping them. It makes it tuck in there a lot nicer, so you don't have the tie in those little tiny broken sharp ends. Okay, now we got the body tied there with the wire secure. I'm going to take two red goose biots. I'm going to tie them in just like you would on a prince nymph. I like to leave them fairly long so that they extend just past the bend of the hook. And before you finish securing them, make sure you got them positioned right where you want them. I tie them so that they flare out a little bit. Yeah, it looks good. And secure them back to your wire. And then trim off your ends. Now we'll tie in the peacock herl that is used for the thorax. like to tie the thorax in quite thick. Once you've worked it up to the bead, then secure the herl with at least 3 wraps. Kind of tug just enough you don't break your thread, but it kind of helps pull the herl in under the bead. And then clip off your excess. As I'm wrapping this, I like to look to make sure on both sides that I'm not crushing the herl down and making the thorax smaller. And once you get to that point, take your whip finisher and make 4 wraps with the whip finisher and finish it. I like to make sure my thread's tucked in well, and then trim off the excess. And then you can take some head cement, put just a little tiny dab of head cement up there on the threads. And let that dry. And there it is, the red-headed Prince John. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. And I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good evening.